How's everybody doing today? Good, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, we're doing all right. I'm over here in Poorville too. Debbie's around here someplace, but we're under here, or I'm under here. I don't see anybody else, but working on this trans van. And I've been having an issue with it wanting to run and then not wanting to run, and I kind of put some different, that's a return line there I put, and that was working really good. Let's see here. Anyway, them I'm not worried about. I was just trying to get the main issue worked out. And I pulled the sending unit out there for, this doesn't have a electric fuel pump, 78 Dodge Trans van. So yeah, this right here is where the sending unit gizmo goes, and probably still got some gas catching in our Harbor Freight. That's a clean bucket, so should be able to maybe recoup that. I'm kind of flushing it out. There we go. So it wasn't too bad. I had to lift the body up a little bit and yet keep the wheel on all the weight on the wheel. I've got jack under there. I've got jack stands. So I got it apart. And what was happening with this thing is it would quit. And I actually was driving it yesterday round and around the field because it seemed like it run good in the field, but you get out to the road and get a mile down the road and it wanted to quit. And I replaced the fuel line just kind of temporarily to see if that was the issue, from the front all the way to the back, and I thought I had it. I did the back first, and I did the front. Here's the filter. And it quit on me today. I drove probably a good half hour, 45 minutes around the field yesterday. Run really good. I thought I had it cured, and today I did about 15 minutes out there and it quit. Wasn't getting fuel, or was getting very little bit of fuel. And I stuck this hose here and stuck it in a 5-gallon gas can, and I drove it up here where I'm at and stuck it inside the passenger door. So it seemed to run good, but didn't really want to drive around with it in my truck. So I figured that this thing had to be rusted and not sucking gas. I blew in the hose and it wouldn't blow bubbles. And then the return line, the gas come out, so it caught most of it through the return line. Just stuck a couple pails out there, and I got probably a good almost 5 gallons out of it. I think the last time I only put 10 gallons in it, but the gauge has been wrong since I got it. I got my flashlight here. Well, crawl under here. Yeah, here's how we got it blocked up. Jack stand there. It ain't real high. I was thinking the gas was going to all run to this side. And I had the gas cap off to, it's on there now, but I had the gas cap off to give it more venting so the gas would come out better. And I ended up putting 5 gallons in my Chevy truck. But I think I found a problem. Now this set for 30 years before I got it. And I guess it was in a building. Well, this thing here is, well, they call them a sock on some of them. I guess that's the sock. This is the, goes around it. The filter. And this thing was just plugged up bad. And then this end here goes on there. And that was pretty much almost broke. So I thought this might have been rusted through somewheres up in here and just sucking air. It didn't seem like it mattered how much gas I got, but that was plugged pretty bad, and there's some stuff inside of here. And also I noticed, I had this off there a minute ago, but this actually has a hole in the float. You can see where gas is running out there. So that's getting weighted down when you get gas, or from the gas in the tank. So your gauge ain't going to be right. Now in the past I've actually jabbed a little hole in these and drained the gas out and actually resoldered these, or we have. Kind of a couple people working on that project. I had a tractor kept flooding out, and that's what the problem was. That was had a hole in it, and that would fill up with gas, and it would hold the float open. But this is just for the gas gauge on this one. And I cut that because see how that looked. I didn't think there was much chance of getting that off. And there's some numbers on the tank. I'm not sure how big a tank this is, but I don't know if I didn't see anything that actually said gallon, but I wrote down, or Debbie wrote down all the numbers. I read them off to her. So hopefully I can get this part. I got to have it with this return line here on it. If not, I know when you're from Poorville, the guy could clean that all out real good, or pretty good, and reuse this. But I'm going to see if I can get a new one. I'm assuming less than 50 bucks, hopefully. And that return line right there, that's where we got the gas out of it, because you couldn't siphon out of this. There's no plug in the tank. I thought about trying to run the gas through the carburetor through that return line, at least till it got down enough where I could get it apart without gas coming around or spilling all over. But it wouldn't have done that much, probably a couple gallons. So yeah, the angle of this, there's still pretty good gas in there. So now I'm going to have to go find some parts, and hopefully that'll take care of this problem. Now if a guy had to, he could put a regular fuel filter on there somehow or another probably. But I would just as soon see if I could get the parts and get it fixed. And then at one time I thought there might have been a hole right in that corner. So couldn't really see underneath there too good. Pretty tight fitting, but hopefully I can get it and get the other one back in there. I pretty much think I remember which way it went. I marked it under there, knowing that this goes pretty much straight up. I didn't mark it on this one though. Just knowing the hose goes to the top. Anyway, this is the Junkin' Fool over here in Poorville, over here messing with this trans van. It really runs good when it runs, but I think that'll take care of the problem. We'll see. I haven't been able to drive it for a couple weeks. It's been giving me a heck of a time. Sometimes it'd run, it wouldn't, but there was quite a bit of stuff. I don't know. And over here, the tank actually looks pretty clean, and I believe it's a plastic tank. They really didn't want to pull it off, so I think I'm just gonna check it out and see how clean the gas is that I caught in that bucket over there, and I think I'll be all right to run it, and just keep up on changing the filter every now and then. Got 2 filters up farther, so. Well, thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend. Goodbye now. Go find a project. Or not.